Hi everyone, it's me Darlene, and no, that thumbnail is not clickbait. That really happened and it just ended. For me, today. I think it ended yesterday, but I didn't know about it until today. I have a lot to tell you guys, and this is going to be a whole new series about my Maine to Mississippi move after the lawsuit. I know many of you think I stopped talking about it because I might have sued someone. And no, it's because I got sued. And I will be telling you as much of this as I can. I will say that I am allowed to say the things that I'm saying now. I'm going to be very careful because there are some things I cannot mention, like any names. But I fought really, really hard to keep my right to talk about this story because for the past 2.5 years since this lawsuit was filed against me, I have been fighting tooth and nail to try to get anyone to understand that I did not lie. I never lied in any of the past videos, which are down, but you will still be seeing some of them because I'm editing them. And I'm going to show you little clips. And I have a test clip for this because I had to download my own videos and they're kind of blurry, but I think they're going to be fine. So we'll get to that in a second. I never lied. I absolutely had very strong opinions. And to me, it wasn't overkill that I was doing videos about it because it's not like I was just harping on one incident over and over and over again. When I moved and when everything started falling apart, there were many things that were going wrong, and I just covered them in real time. So, yeah, so I'm going to be brief in this. I don't know how to start because there's so much going on. But for those of you who know nothing about this, I moved from Maine to Mississippi in the whole year 2021 is when I started moving. So those of you who were watching me back then, you got to see the entire process from beginning to end when I just decided I was going to move. And I think I started talking to you guys that maybe early summer of 2021, and all the decluttering that I did. My mother, had gone into a nursing home, so that freed me up to get all this shit done. And then we moved Halloween, October 31st of 2021. And then we lived at my son's for a month because our furniture didn't arrive as I was told it would. And I'm going to be going through all that again. I'm going to be telling my story. I'm going to be watching my own videos to, be refreshed as to what I want to tell you. For those of you who did not go through it with me. Now, for those of you who did go through all that with me, you can skip these videos, or I promise it's just going to be brief. It's not like I'm going to, tell the whole story from, day one and everything that happened. I don't have enough time for that. But we ended up in my apartment in the very end of November. We were with my son for almost a month, and I'm in the same complex. And then stuff just started to fall apart. The whole move was terrible. Things destroyed, things lost. I was not told the truth about how the move would be happening. I stand by that. I was told certain things that were not really what was going to happen. So then my mother died in March of 2022. And for that year, I was going back and forth with this and just trying to make a go of everything. And then in November of 2022, I know I had a video that came out that I was just going to change my life. I needed to buy clothes. I wanted to start going out. I had been a hermit for 30 years. So I started changing my life. So most of 2023 was me changing my life. But in there somewhere along the way, what you guys didn't know is I had actually gotten sued. So I'm going to just tell you that I'm not allowed to name names. I do have an agreement, and I'm allowed to tell you that, and the agreement does not allow me to say any names. the agreement does allow for me to tell my story, which is what I was after in the first place. And I'm not able to tell you numbers on either side, but I am going to be able to tell you what my legal fees cost. And I'm going to make you wait till the next video so I can guarantee that you come back. And, you know, there's certain things that I'm going to be able to share, and I really am willing to share anything that I'm able to share. And I can still tell my story. I made it clear that I want to be able to keep my rights to tell my story, how it happened, and then throughout this whole process of being sued and where I stand now, and you will be able to find out what's ahead, because it's not really done until, to me, until the financial end of it is done. I don't want to say, again, too much right now. I just want to test this video, see how it flies, and see if you guys have any interest. I'm very glad, though, that I happened to turn my comments off, because I thought this was going to continue maybe a little bit longer, this whole process. But my comments are off, and one of the deals is that, of course, I can't let comments come in about people guessing things or stuff like that. So comments, if I do ever turn them back on again, I always review my comments. I would not let anything go through that would give anybody any ideas, you know, because there could be false information, things like that. Hang on. Okay. I didn't want to be signed out of that because that's where I go to for information. And if I wanted to turn comments on, I can go back and manually turn comments off on, see, that's just too much. I don't want to be keeping track every time I'm talking about this new part of this move and what it did to me mentally. And I'm still just recovering. I mean, I can't even believe yet that I don't have to be worried or thinking about this constantly all this time. So it's going to take a while for me to relax, because I've been not relaxed, to say the least. And I want you guys with me. And my attorney knows how important that is to me. That the shutting me up, that didn't fly, because I never told anything but the truth. I told my story as it happened. And yeah, so now I've lost track of what I'm trying to say. So let's do this. I'm going to show you a clip of the first video that I believe is when I started naming names. So those are the videos that are down now. What I've done is I downloaded it, because I don't even think I have copies on this computer. I think it's my old computer. I downloaded it and uploaded it, and so I'm going to do a clip. Now, it looks very blurry to me, so it's probably going to look blurry to you too. Oh, I think I was saying about the comments. Yeah, so comments are probably going to stay off across the board, because I would be hit so hard right now talking about this, and I'd have to review, and that would be so stressful for me, so stressful. So definitely my comments are staying off for a while, probably forever. I don't know. I could change my mind. I had them off 4 years last time. So, all right, I'm going to show you a clip, and then I'm going to explain to you that since I'm not using fancy editing, I'm not going to bother doing like beep, you know, if they mention something, and then I think I would even have to cover the mouth, because I wouldn't want anybody to be able to see what they might be saying. So when it comes up to anything that would identify anyone, I'm just splitting it and adding a black screen for 1 second. So if you see a black screen and then it just starts off, and it might not make sense, just know that something was mentioned there that I can't show you. So this was, let me get the exact date for you. Hang on. Okay, I uploaded the video portion that you're about to see on December 13, 2021. Short kind of hair. I was bigger then. And again, I'm just doing it basically because I want you to see day one when I started talking about this. Because what had happened at this point is I wasn't happy about something with the move, and I was communicating via email, and I wasn't getting any actual answers to my questions. Then the emails just stopped. So I started talking about it, and that ended up me doing another video or whatever, and then I ended up getting called from a moving company to try to resolve that, and that just never got resolved. And maybe I'll talk about that later, but that's what I was doing here. And you're going to hear me say 4 moving companies, and that's how I was told about it. A moving company, I was told. Another moving company that got involved. Another moving company that I never had anything to do with, but this moving company told me. This moving company gave me to this moving company. But I never even had any business with that moving company. It just went from this. So anything there that might be a lie, in case anybody's concerned that I'm lying. This actually happened. This happened. This didn't happen for me, but this guy said it happened. And I'm going by what this guy told me. Okay? See how complicated it is? Okay, I just watched it again. And again, this isn't like really important stuff here. I'm just testing it. But I did want to let you know, just because this whole move was a nightmare, you're going to hear me say something about my car being shipped. That's a whole separate, had nothing to do with any of these guys. But I'll just give you a recap, because I don't know if I took that one down too or not, but I called to find out about getting my car shipped. Now that was done through a broker. The broker sent me to somebody else, and that's how I expect a broker to work. They told me clearly they were a broker and that they would find a mover for me, all that stuff. They did. It started out bad with me right away, gut feeling, because the mover decided to come at 2 a.m. and I was alone in a house on a dead-end street and had to be outside with this guy. So that was a little creepy to me, but the car ended up making it to me here in where am I? In Mississippi. But they did not want to give me the car keys until I paid them a check to their name, And I said, no, I have the check in the name of the company, not the broker, but the company, who said this was one of his drivers. Long story short, after being on the phone and everybody like, okay, it's okay, give them the company check, not a check made out to this bozo guy. And but what ended up happening is I had a bank check, a cashier's check, gave it to the driver, and the driver forged the check and got the money. But now I never had to bother to contact the broker again. They were out of the picture. But the company, and I can't remember the name of it, I probably would tell you if I remembered. I'd have to look it up. He wanted me to take the driver, to court. And I said, no. That's your driver. You hired this guy, a criminal who forged a check while in possession of my car. Well, I had the car at that point. When I gave him the check, they ended up forging it. So that worked out good for me, because since they forged a bank check, the bank was able to collect back. Anyway, they got the money back and they gave it to me. And I felt absolutely no guilt keeping that money. I was not going to give that money to a car shipping company who let a person handle my car on a trip, and a person who ended up doing a criminal act by forging a check. So yeah, it was quite a fucked up move. Everything was going wrong, no matter who I hired or whatever. It was a nightmare. I'm editing, and I didn't have a good segue to the clip I'm about to show you, so I just wanted to tell you that I don't know, I stopped talking, and then I didn't have a place to put the clip, so I'm shoving it in here. You're going to see the clip that I was just talking about. And this is Rocket. You know Rocket. Huh? Mwah. Okay, watch the clip. Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I have been trying to record this video all day, and I keep getting interrupted, and then I just keep starting over. So let's get this done. I'm going to tell you a situation that I'm in with my moving company. I should say moving companies. There are 4 in play, supposedly. I can't really tell you everything that got me to this point. because it's just too long of a story. And I've been making that mistake all day. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit, and I will tell you that I will have more information at some point. But right now, I want to put this out there so that I want to let them know that I'm not happy with the way they have been handling this. And I just think that they could have done a better job. And I want to explain to my audience just one tiny little thing that has gone wrong in this whole fucking move that I've been dealing with. You guys have been watching this series. You know that I've been recording about this move for like 6 months, and it's been a nightmare. I will have a story for you about having my car shipped, which ended up in my favor. So that one's done. So I will be able to share that story with you. I have another story that's in the making. I haven't given up on that one yet, so I'm holding on. But this story I'm telling you now because it hasn't ended in my favor, but it's pretty much ended. Have stopped replying to my emails, so I'm putting it all out there. Okay, so you saw that clip in those black spots. That's where I cut out names, okay? And that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm not going to show you like all my videos, but I will look through them to see if there's points I want to make. And again, to validate my own feelings, it's very important to me that I constantly tell myself that all that I just went through has to be for a good reason. It has to be. And I still want to make others aware in a general way what you have to watch out for if you're moving, because I'm not the only one who has gone through a bad move. I don't know if I'm the only one that a moving company has actually sued for defamation. Did I mention that, is what they were suing me for? They didn't like the fact that I was talking about them on YouTube. But the thing is that defamation is if it's false or if you lie, and you have the right to an opinion. And I did everything right. I told you guys while I was recording that whole series that I was being careful. I was looking up defamation. Can I say this? Can I say that? And I used to say, they're not going to sue me. They know that I'm telling the truth. And I do believe that they know I was telling the truth. I still believe that. I just think that what it boiled down to them is they wanted to shut me up, and they never probably dreamed. Now, this is my opinion, right? I don't think they dreamed that I would ever spend the money I did to save my right to speak. I am sad that I can't mention their names. I really am. But what I would have had to go through to get to the end of this it was just too much. It was too much. I need to get my life back. So I'll talk a little bit about that as we go along the way. Okay? So subscribe so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.